Today, we talking about regret, a silent killer that is literally suffocating your financial future and your personal growth. I am 27, I have $150,000 in assets, and I am here to tell you, regret is a luxury you cannot afford. This is some self-help mumbo jumbo. This is about cold, hard reality. You are sitting there probably scrolling, letting those past what-ifs eat away at your present, and by extension, your future. It is pathetic, honestly. But I am going to give you 3 brutally simple step-by-step ways that I personally have kicked regret to the curb over these past few years. I looked myself in the mirror and I said, I am done with this garbage. I moved on, and I want to share exactly how I did it with you. Honestly, let's just get straight to it. Every single person watching this, even the most deluded among you, can admit to having some regrets at some point in their lives, right? Whether that is not taking YouTube seriously enough, like me, which I'll dive into in a second, or not taking that job offer that could have changed everything, or maybe, just maybe, not hitting the gym, not losing that 20 pounds, not building that muscle you always wanted, or, and this is a classic, not buying Bitcoin 10 years ago before it exploded, right? As ridiculous as that sounds, we've all been there, trust me. But I have concrete methods that I personally use to overcome most of my regrets. And it has been one of the biggest weights lifted off my shoulders, to be completely transparent. I've heard a ton of your stories. In the emails, the comments, a bunch of your backgrounds, and I genuinely believe this could be one of my most valuable videos as we head into 2025. It is about how to surgically remove that leech, that toxic, cancerous growth from your life that is regret. First off, I want to talk about how you are almost conditioned to think that regrets are just a normal part of your existence, right? I learned this from teachers, from parents, from family members. It is almost like, yeah, you are just going to live with that and you are going to have to sulk in your sorrows. And that is just going to be it. That is utter nonsense, right? It doesn't have to be any of that if you actually know what you are doing. And I mean, even as far as sports, that is a really common one. I know I am probably going to get some hate comments saying, oh, that doesn't make any sense. I am not in my 20s anymore. I can go play professional football. It is like, no, of course you can, obviously. But you can make content about football. You can go become that football coach in the high school or the local community if you really wanted to be that involved. There are always ways that you can still be involved. And I want to get into that in just a second. So for me personally, this is a story about my younger self. I really regretted not taking YouTube seriously enough. Funnily enough, the exact same capture card that I am using right now on my Xbox 360 I had in 2013 when my dad originally got it for me, and not taking it seriously has just fizzled away recently because, as you can see, I am now finally being consistent. But even though I didn't make the best videos, I strongly believe you could get away with just about anything back then. In 2013, you could have blown up for talking about the most random garbage, and back then, I was actually getting some traction. I was actually staying pretty consistent for the most part. But then my grades and everything just started falling off a cliff. I mean, just crashing, and my dad had taken away the internet connection because of my marks. He was like, dude, you are not doing anything until you get your marks back up. This is ridiculous. So him and I fought for so many years on this, and just up until recently, believe it or not, in the last few years, I always held a mini grudge, just thinking in the back of my mind, what if I took some of that more seriously and just found a way with like a hotspot or going to a friend's house to upload videos, and always thinking there's not really much I could have changed in that moment. But just literally, what if, right? And it is just funny, always that mini grudge that I was always holding. And the quotes, I guess we'll never know. And then of course, fast forward from even 2013 to 2023. And last year, look at the creator economy. Look at how much it has boomed. We always talk about it at dinners and stuff. It is like, man, I kind of apologize to you, son, who would have known like this would have happened. I just was looking out for your best interests and all this kind of stuff, and that was very true. So I just literally, like I said, recently got over this, but I am going to tell you, obviously, what I am doing now to move past all of this. First things first, though, number 1, you need to come to terms with it. Okay, I did this recently to myself saying, yes, does this suck that it happened? Does it suck that I didn't take it more seriously? And the best time to start doing content was 10 years ago, 100%. Okay, I'd be lying to myself if I didn't say that. But you know what? The second best time to start is today, right? Right now, people are still killing it. People are growing crazy, if anything. The algorithm actually favors new creators today more than it did 10 years ago. People are making crap loads of money. So it is like, why would I sulk about it now, right? So step number 1, mentally check yourself and say, yes, even though I was right, I was bang on, I should have bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, I should have started that YouTube channel, that business 10 years ago. But you still have a chance. There will always be that chance right now. This goes right into step number 2, take action on that chance. None of this means anything if you just think about it and cry about it if you are not going to take action, right? What is crazier is sometimes even to this day, we all psych ourselves out, you think. You think in that moment, it is like, oh my God, what if you look at the price index of Bitcoin or whatever, whatever, and you almost paralyze yourself by thinking, well, now it is even more late. I guess I can do anything about it now, and you almost screw yourself out of it again, dude. It is never too late. Okay, opportunities are always going to exist. It is just a matter of how many of them you want to take. I know that sounds cliché, I know it sounds silly, but it is so goddamn true, right? This is why I can stand the gurus who go, by now, it is your last chance. It is your final chance. All just to sell you a program that is not true whatsoever, and I will die on that hill forever. There will always be money circulating this economy, okay? That will always be up for grabs, no matter how bad you want it or how bad the outside may seem. There will be trillions of dollars circling this world. It is just a matter of how much you want to grab, right? So my point there is keep swinging in that damn bat as many times as you possibly can. Just try stuff. One of the swings will be the home run, but you are going to miss everything if you don't take any shots anyways, right? And obviously take everything with a grain of salt. Don't go blowing your life savings. Don't go investing 100% of your funds to have no emergency fund. Don't be stupid, especially if you've got kids or other responsibilities. It is like, be careful, but do go start investing a portion of your paycheck. Now, go start that business that isn't really cost intensive. Don't invest tens of thousands, maybe invest a couple $100 or $1,000. Set yourself a budget and set up your domains or set up your website or your client outreach and see how many clients you can pick off, or literally whip out your phone and just start making content, start making YouTube videos. Who gives a damn, right? Nobody's going to care if it is perfect. This is another thing, almost a side note. Perfection is holding you back, man, right? The scrappier you get, the better. I know it sounds almost counterintuitive, it sounds silly, but sometimes being scrappier, it is way more relatable, right? On an iPhone camera or a choppy mic, one of the biggest comments that I got on my very first video was like, dude, your mic is really crappy, but as weird as this may sound, I kind of relate to you more because of it. It is almost like imperfection, and I feel almost more on your level rather than you talking down to me, so I really appreciate that, and that means a lot. So, just start, man. Who cares? Your videos will get better. You are going to get better with motion, and you are going to progress that way. You need to do it. Okay, side note on this, actually my next 2 upcoming videos will be business related, and these will be businesses to start that I would do if I had to start from scratch from $0 right now. These would be the things that I would take advantage of in today's day and age, so subscribe for those, keep an eye out. It is going to be happening in the next couple of days. And that kind of just goes right into number 3, keep up with your word, okay? Make some type of consistent schedule at this stage until you are like really rolling. You need to get as far away as humanly possible from that little stupid voice in your head telling you to stop or saying, hey man, it is going to happen again. You are just going to fall off. It is not worth it. You don't need to start this. You may as well just stop right now. Screw that voice. Okay, get it out of your head. It is a cancer. You need to get as far away from that as you possibly can. It was very difficult for me in the beginning, trust me. But once I started seeing some traction, or better yet, I almost tricked my mind to say, dude, no matter what you tell me inside my little head, nothing's going to stop me from just posting videos. And I know this sounds funny, even when I just upload it, just seeing that upload tracker be 100% complete. And finally seeing a video uploaded on my behalf, even though nobody was watching it, it felt amazing because I could prove it to my younger self that I could damn do this, right? That I didn't need to procrastinate and do all this kind of stuff. That is another side video that I might make, is how procrastination costed me millions. Especially in my mid-20s, I could have made so much more money if I had just taken that more seriously. So anyways, not to ramble on or yap on too much, but this again, regrets only exist because you are still living in the past to keep them alive. And by doing that, you are sacrificing living in the now. Even in the today, the past is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. So leave it there, right? Move on to today, right now, for your future self. And I promise you, it is going to work. You are going to thank yourself, right? The other thing I am thinking about, I saw this comment and it made me smile. Go make your younger self proud. I had someone saying, dude, your younger self would be so happy right now. And I really am. Go back and shake your 15, 16, 17-year-old's hand and say, I did this just for us, I did this for you, and now I am proving it. Right, no more what ifs. In 2025, I want you to do whatever the hell you've been putting off for the last 5 to 10 years. Please do it for me. I mean that. And this goes into my last question. My one question for you is, what do you regret? It can be anything from childhood to recent years to personal to business. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I am genuinely curious. Leave it below, and I am really interested to hear that. So as always, if you've made it this far, I want you to win. Subscribe to see those 2 business videos coming out in the next couple days. And we'll see you then. Thank you.